702.
Live
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7.
and 106 FM. Let's walk the talk.
Eight minutes after 9 o'clock. Thanks very much for joining us. You're on 702. I'm happy to be with you. Good morning. I hope you're well, and welcome to a new week. Suppose it started yesterday, but for us, it's a first day of the week, I suppose, and for you as well. I wish you the very best as you kick off and enter this new time slot, and at work, at home, for whatever it is that you'll be doing. I wish you all the best. My name is Thabo Shole-Mashao. I'm in for Clement Manyathela. We are together till 12. The entire team is here. It's produced by Sinazo and Zintle. The technical producer is Abel. And we will be hearing from Sfiso Zulu about the very latest in eyewitness news every now and then. Karabo Chali will tell us what's happening on our roads. And of course, you, the most important ingredient of this concoction. We can't do it without you. And we do it all for you. Please remember to stay in touch, to partake, to voice your opinions as you always do. I value them. I truly do. I may differ with some of them, but I truly value every single opinion that comes through. So I urge you to make use of our numbers and call if there's anything that you'd like to engage with on 011 883 0702 011 883 0702. Alternatively, you can just also send a voice note to 072 702 1702. To that very same number, please feel free to send your text messages as well. I'm not moving furniture, so the lineup of the show and the features are still the way they would be. We have an open line now up until 10 o'clock. And on the open line, I'd like us to touch on a number of things. These are the words that came from a young, now deceased learner from a school called El Shaddai Christian School. And this is in Sharpeville. This learner wrote this: "One day I will drink poison because they bully me at school." He took his own life, and this was not his first attempt. The story is in the Sowetan, and it was written by Herman Molloy. And it said that this is not the first time he attempted to take his life in September as well. Apparently, this learner was being bullied, 16-year-old learner was being bullied every single day at school. So this is a hill that I'm willing to die on. I'm willing to speak about this every single opportunity I get, because we need to save the lives of our children. And I'm wondering if a report has come through to you as a parent that your child is a bully. Were you jumping in defense of your child without even hearing the other side? What measures did you take? Were you enraged? Did you speak to your child? Did you reach out to the family of the bully? Of the bullied? Did you reach out to the bullied child at school and try to make them feel comfortable? Or did you nonchalantly just let it go and said, children are children. They have to go through these things. We went through them. Children are dying. God forbid it would be yours and mine tomorrow. We have to confront it. We truly have to. I won't get tired of it. Even if I get 0 calls, I won't get tired of raising this issue of bullying. It is fine. No messages, no calls about it. It is okay. I'm willing to die on this hill. We have to do something as parents. You are ultimately in control. I know that at times we tell children to do this and they tend to do the other at school. Your child may be behaving like this at home, and at school they may be someone else. But you need to issue out a warning that if I hear that you are bullying anyone at school, if it comes to my attention that you are a monster at school, I will deal with you. It has to go there. They are not just teddy bears, these little sweetheart, these darlings that we spoil so much. They are monstrous to other kids, causing other kids to kill themselves. You have to confront it, lest it be yours tomorrow. You have to. You really have to face it head on. Call, no calls, it's fine. I'm willing to die on this hill. I'm willing to die on this hill. We can't just let it go. Can you imagine you sitting at work or you're at home and you get a call as a parent that your child died? And when you get to investigate that your child died because of some other little rascal at school who was bullying them every single day. Oh, well, it's it's a call that I'm not willing to take. We must confront this as parents. You bear some responsibility. Driving in your beautiful SUV right now, going to your cushy offices right now, calling us about Jacob Zuma and corruption and the 9 wasted years. Deal with your kids. Deal with your kids. We're tired of it. Deal with your kids. How? We are so moralistic on everything else. Brown Mohotsi, this and that. But our own kids are killing other kids. That department, we are so inept, so incompetent, but we are the first to be vocal about government's incompetency. Deal with your kids, guys. Deal with your kids. Deal with your kids. And please do call. Do call. Do call, because I expect your calls as much as we get them when we're dealing with corruption, when we're dealing with Madlanga Commission, when we're dealing with the IDAC issues. Let's also see if we can take the same responsibility that we want others to take when it's bigger issues. Because we have convenient morality in this country. When it's facing us, we are just, pushing it away. But when it's about other things, oh my goodness me, we wax lyrical about how things should be. This is not right. No, the country's going to the dogs. Now let's deal with you at home, your own politics at home. Let's see the same enthusiasm. And that's why this country is becoming what it is, because our morality is just a facade, just to seem good, just to pretend that we are people who are upright. When it matters most, we don't show up. We don't show up. How is it that kids are killing other kids and we are there? I'm not willing to tolerate that at all. At all. 011-883-0702. Let's hear the same amount of enthusiasm. 011-883-0702. If you'd like to share your views about it, it could be that you're a parent of a bully. Also, call in. And by the way, these things don't only happen in the far-flung schools, the no-fee paying schools, the poorest schools of the poor in the country. It happens in the most affluent schools, in the lushy suburbs like Sandton and Bryanston, and the parents cover it up because these schools have got communications people who will deal with the media nicely. You're protecting the reputation of the school, not the lives of children. We have to out it, guys. We have to out it. We have to do better. We truly have to do better. Let's start in our own lives. We have to do better. We have to do better. Is that how we're raising our kids? I mean, this child is that. How many times have we spoken about bullying? Now there's another casualty. That's why I'm saying I'll never get tired of raising this issue. I'll never get tired. I'll raise it each and every single opportunity I get to be on air. I'll raise it because clearly something is not landing. There's a message that's not landing somewhere. Or you can send a voice note to 0727021702. Apologies for venting like that. It is just so emotional. I'm just thinking as a parent, you get a call that your child died because some idiot was bullying your child persistently. I don't like that at all. Well, those are some of the issues that we'll be dealing with on the open line. And did you hear? I mean, I don't know if you read the Sunday World yesterday. It had a very interesting piece, and it was written by Ngwakomalachi and Mawande Amashabalala. And they were saying that the Office of the Inspector General of the Intelligence has asked the police minister to plead with cabinet to change legislation to allow the intelligence community to intercept your WhatsApp messages. Because apparently now they're unable to do so. But now the Inspector General is saying that because of crime and various other factors, it is very important for the police to snoop into your WhatsApp messages. Guys, what are you going to find in our messages? Just our private chats. But I think there's something there too. I mean, it speaks about a very interesting issue of your individual rights versus the security of the nation. Are you willing to compromise your individual right to privacy in order for a broader community, a bigger nation, to be safe? Is that something that you're willing to do? Let me know. That's on the open line, and many other things as well. By the way, on a little bit lighter issues after my sordid ranting, we were having just an argument before I walked into the studio. Not an argument, a very interesting discussion about salaries in South Africa, and some individuals that we work with. Some are producers, some are technical people, some are presenters, and they were saying, hey, salaries are not good at all wherever people are working. I won't mention any names. And I said, hey, you'll also laugh if you had a sight at my salary slip. And it was all a joke, but it made me want to think and to ask you this question. Are you happy with the salary that you are getting wherever you are working? Do you think that you're getting your money's worth? You're getting value for the hours that you're putting in, and your bosses are paying you appropriately? Because Business Tech was reporting the other day that South African salaries have risen for the 6th consecutive month, highlighting a gradual improvement in economic activity and reflecting the labor market's resilience. And the latest Pay Inc. net salary index reached 21,428, which was 0.3% up on August level and 2.3 higher than a year ago. Are you one of those people who are now earning better as a result of the improvements that have been happening in the country, or are you still getting peanuts? Are you still getting some chump change? Let us know on 011-883-0702.
702
Let's walk the talk on 92.7
and 106 FM.
Happy to hear from you. 011-883-0702. After my boring soliloquy, it's your chance to interact with me and to interact with the rest of South Africa in the 702 land about your thoughts. Let's start first with Jackson, who's been holding for quite some time. Thanks for your patience, Jackson. You're in Sandton. Morning.
Yeah, morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm free. Thanks for wanting to know. How are you?
Great.
Yeah.
I just want to find out from you. You say that if you're a parent of a bully, you should have conversations to the effect of, if I ever hear that you are bullying other kids, I will deal with you. What does deal with you mean in the context that we live in currently, where you cannot beat up your child? What kind of corrective action can you take against such an act that would lead to the death of another person? I just want to understand that as one part of my question. Number two, we all know we cannot control what people do, what kids do, but we can help with our children's response by teaching them things like resilience and emotional fortitude in the home, which is basically how we raise our kids, not like the eggs that we raise these days. But if you also mentioned that previously these things used to happen, and it's true, but we never saw as many people commit suicide because of bullying at school. What is the difference? What made the difference between the older generation and the newer generation? And what can the newer generation learn from the older generation if we remove all the fluff? Because we have to remove all the fluff, because their lives that are getting impacted, their lives getting lost because of this issue. And we like to pussyfoot around it and treat it with kid gloves. And we don't want to speak about things like resilience in children and mental and emotional fortitude in children, which are things that should be instilled in the home. I would like to hear your comment on that.
Thanks very much for that, Jackson. I wanted to listen intently so that I can internalize what you were saying. And I'd like to believe that I did that. The first question that you raised. What can you do to a child? Perhaps you don't even know that they're a bully. And it's your child at home. Well, you are saying that given that you cannot physically handle a child. We're not allowed to do that because it's assault, and generally I'll own it. I don't encourage it as well. What can you do? There are many things that you can do. There are plenty of privileges that your child would love to have. Lunch money. Their child maybe loves a lot of TV. They love their cell phones more than they love their parents now. You can withdraw any of those and you can be stern. That is not to say that you must pussyfoot, as you've said, around issues and talk to them nicely and curdle them nicely. No, you can just tell them, what you're doing is absolute nonsense. I'm not going to tolerate it in this house. Bring that phone right here, right now. And bring all those things here. Your TV will be switched off. And from now on, I want you at home at this time. That's what you need to do. I think you need to be stern. You need to be very forceful when you say all those things. And it's not only beating up that sorts out a child, by the way. It's not only hitting a child. So that's one part of the question. I don't want to have just a match between you and I. The last question that you asked, emotional fortitude, teaching a child, all of that is all well and good until they find someone who is bigger than them, who can punch them and drop them with just a single shot on the face. Where is emotional fortitude? They must stand up and not report it. They must stand up and then just go home. But don't do that. You called, Jackson. Don't do that. I was taking your issues seriously, ne? When I talk, you go, that's not nice.
No.
Yeah, but no, hold on. No. I'm addressing you on that. It's not nice.
Right.
I could be condescending to you as well because I don't think much of your views, but I respect
I thought
that.
I was offline. I thought you dropped me.
Yeah, no, but that's not right. That's not right because I could be condescending. You'll report me. Let's come back to the issues. Yeah,
I
that's okay. Apology accepted. So all I'm saying, no, accept it. Let's move on. All I'm saying is that, Jackson, emotional fortitude is all well and good. But the other child must also know not to beat up other kids, whether they are emotionally formidable to withstand the criticisms. Yes, your child must be able to withstand criticisms. If they say you've got a big head, your ugly nose, all of that. And lastly, where you and I come from, these issues were not reported in the media. They were not reported as we are doing right now. It's a different era. That's why it seems as if there's an increase. But they were happening, believe me, even back then. Last bite, and then I have to move on, Jackson.
Okay. When it comes to the typical answer that we get when it comes to ways of administering discipline to kids, the answer is always there are many ways of doing it.
Yeah.
And these ways, people are doing those things. And what we do to discipline the children is we get the outcomes such as what we get in society today. You see, so back in the day, you would never get a child pulling a weapon on a teacher. It would never, ever happen.
It did happen, by the way.
Today, to what extent?
I don't have the numbers, but they did happen. You remember the way kids were raping teachers in the 80s.
Yeah, but to what extent?
I don't have the numbers because they're not reported.
The same. Okay, all right, fine. But we live in a totally different a world where all the stats are going in the wrong way. You see, so even if you look at these kids, when it comes to depression, suicide tendencies, and the inability to withstand anything that flicks them.
Yeah, we have to leave it at that, Jackson. I think I was fair to you. Busi, you are in Dobsonville. Hi.
Hello, Thabo. How are you?
Hi, thanks for your patience. Thanks for holding. I'm free. I hope you're well too.
I'm good. Busi from Dobsonville. So I'm a mother to a child that was bullied in a school in Welgejevel. And the school actually protected the 3 boys that bullied my child. They actually beat up my child. And when I went to the school, I was told that they can't give out the details and all of that. I actually went ahead and got justice for Manaka. I laid a criminal charge on those boys. Those boys were 20 and 19, and at the time my child was 16.
Sure.
It went to court, and the magistrate and the investigating officer, they said, do I want to proceed with the charges? And I said, before I proceed, I'd like to meet the parents of those children. A meeting with the children. 2 of those parents came, and the 2 boys, the one child never came, never pitched. But how I was able to get help from Wanaka was through the police. what I realized is that the parents of those kids that bullied my child, they knew nothing about their kids. They were not even in touch, you know. And when I was probing and asking questions to the parents, they said to me they actually wanted to contact me because they found out what their kids had done. But the school said no. So my issue is that the school does not facilitate anything. They tell you that if you want to proceed with criminal charges, you can. And this is a private school, mind you. Fast forward, I was then asked, do I want to proceed? And I told those kids, Gary, I'm giving you grace. Today, I want you to understand what you have done. And you are now in varsity. And if I was to proceed, you guys are going to get criminal records. Yeah. And the one boy, the mom, ran away from Joburg and moved to Durban because the father was abusive. The one boy, the dad is in Pretoria, is in the taxi industry. And in terms of age, they have no idea what their kids do in school. And on the day that the bullying incident happened, I went to the school and I saw those boys. And the boys that I saw at school and the boys that I saw at that Hanju police station, there were two completely different people. At the police station in Elisono, it was, I'm sorry. But in school, they were literally so evil. They even wanted to tase my child. Yeah. They had a taser in the school.
Sure.
That's how bad it was. So what I'm trying to say is that I do agree with you that it starts at home. We need to discipline Bana Barona. We need to stop spoiling a child. Yeah. It's got levels. But as a parent, Luana, you need to be aware and know what your child does. Know where your child goes. Yeah. Be in tune with the things that are happening in your child's life. Do not leave it to the school or the teachers to raise your child.
Busi, we have to leave it at that. Apologize completely. Costas and others, please bear with me. After the news headlines, I'll go straight to you and take your calls. It's exactly 9:30.
7:02.
Let's walk the talk on 92.7
and 106 FM.
24 minutes to 10 o'clock. Clement is not here. My name is Thabo Shole-Mashao. I'm happy to be with you. And it's still an open line. Anything goes, by the way. I've raised the issue of bullying, and I see that many of you want to touch on that issue that we've raised. Feel free to do so on 011-883-0702. I've also asked about what you're getting at work. Your salary, is it really sufficient for the work that you're doing, or you believe that you deserve more? Let us know. 011-883-0702. I've also been neglecting about the voice notes. I think it's fair just to take 2 or 3, and then we'll take the people who've been holding for some time. Simnigiwe, Kamo, Kustas, Lintikile, Rakwena, will come back to you.
Thabo, good morning. You know, this thing of bullying is real. It's happening. For some of us who are so fortunate, Thabo, to be seeing this, who are serving in the SGB, you know, this thing's on the rise. It's happening and little is done about it. There was a parent just recently who came to school to protect and defend her child so much that, you know, he had battered the teacher because the teacher was simply saying, we are requesting your presence to come and account for your child. He's a parent of the child who's abusive, who's a bully to other children. The parent instead, she fought the teachers. She had battered the teacher. Really? This is really a cause for concern. That parents, instead of, you know, solving issues, they resort to fight. So clearly, that tells you the child picked up from the parents. Joseph Rusli.
Hi, Mr. Thabo. Hi, Mr. Thabo. Well, the issue of bullying, I think it's a double-edged sword. Instead of teaching our children not to bully, I'd rather say teach them to stand up and fight for themselves. Because the world is cruel. So if you try and protect them and baby them a lot, the world out there is not as generous as we want it to be. So for me, I went to a boys' school and bullying was a thing. And because of that bullying, I think I've developed a thick skin because of how much bullying was there. You could take and you also have to be able to give it. I don't know, but that's my two cents.
Morning, Tab on the team. Tab, in terms of bullying, on this one, I want to blame the parents, and I know I'm gonna get that. I know we do teach them, but guys, bullying starts at home. Kids react to what they see at home. How the mother talks to the father, how they always shouting each other, arguing with each other. Obviously, kids see, they adapt. It's in their nature. Thanks, Tibos. Thabo Shole.
Hey, Tara, thanks very much. 011-883-0702. It's all well and good to teach your child to fight back until perhaps now they become embroiled and they become a perpetrator in this thing. And they were defending themselves. The next thing, the other child, God forbid, loses their eye or limb or something else. Then your child is seen to be a perpetrator. We must just stop other kids bullying. They must just stop. I don't know, but you let me know. Simnigiwe, thanks for your patience. Welcome. The floor is yours.
So I'm a mother to a 10-year-old daughter, and I believe that we are very close. So I do know most about the children at school, and there is this particular mean girl in her class. So what I did in the beginning, when the mean girl I don't think she targets my daughter, but she's just mean to everyone, right? And then in incidents where there'd be verbal bullying, like maybe, they moved you from center to goal shooter in a netball, it's because you are this and this, the mean girl would say. And then I would just explain my daughter, like the psychology behind the bully and how she must just avoid all of what the bully is saying and not take it to heart, right? Yeah. And I do teach her to stand up for herself. But this particular incident caused us, both me and my husband, to take it a step further for her to now be able to physically defend herself. So the bully, my daughter's friend, was tasked with handling a task for the whole class. So she was the leader of the girls in this class. And the friend had so much anxiety. How am I going to handle the bully? Because now she won't want to cooperate the bully. And my daughter comforted the friend, but no, just cooperate with whoever is cooperating. The bully came for my daughter. What did you say about me? What did you say about me? And my daughter, because I taught her how to defend herself, defended herself and said, I just told her, if you guys are not cooperating, she must leave you alone and just tell the teacher. And the bully spreaded rumors now, after that, my daughter standing up to her, the spreaded rumors that, after school is after school, she can't give me an attitude like that, right? My daughter then went back to the bully and confronted the bully, but I hear that you're saying after school is after school. What's going on? The bully then said, no, it's fine. But next time, if you give me an attitude, you will see what happens. That is now a threat. So we decided in that moment that we don't know if she can physically defend herself. She can only defend her, she can only stand up herself in verbally. Yes. We taught her to be emotionally intelligent and stand up for herself verbally. So we took it a step further now, teaching her how to physically defend herself, because we can't have our kids walking on eggshell because of other kids. It's just unacceptable.
Simnigiwe, thanks very much for that. Let's leave it at that. Kamu? You enjoy it. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All good. Kamu, you?
I'm okay. Thank you. I'm a mother of a 9-year-old in one of the schools in fore. So beginning of the year, he started the school this year. In that school, I reported to the school to say there was bullying happening because he kept on coming back from school to say this specific boy is hurting me. Then I'll be like, tell the teacher, to a point whereby he told me that there was now 2 boys. He paired up with another one and they were attacking him. I went to school and they told me that the boys will be separated. One will go to another class, the other one maybe their personality are clashing. that was fine. But unfortunately, it didn't stop. During break times, this boy will always hurt my child. They do the thing that they call it roasting. They will roast him and say all the bad things about his parents. And then as I reported to the school, he started being victimized on that because I was called about 2 months ago to say he had 3 boys. And I asked the school to say, can I please have the CCTV of where the event happened, because it didn't make sense that one boy will have 3 boys. And when we got the CCTV, we realized that those boys took his ball. He pushed one boy just to get his ball, and those 3 boys attacked him. When I asked, they said they are dealing with those boys separately and they will not give me the information of how they are dealing with the 3 boys. Currently, I'm dealing with a child that has been expelled from that school last week because of another incident where I'm called to school to say he had another boy. I said, okay, what happened? They said he had his bag.
Yes.
And I asked to say, where did the incident happen? They say in class. I had a conversation with my son to say, what happened? He says, no, the incident happened outside with that bully who jumped over this boy's back and hurt his boy. When the time my son was in class, we were trying to massage him, or the fist way of massaging the back, and then they said, no, he broke his back. So I went to the school. They said,
we have to hurry it up and then go to other callers. Eventually, what happened?
So eventually he was suspended. When he's suspended, I asked for the CCTV of where the incident happened. The school is refusing with the CCTV of the playground. They're refusing with the incident report of what happened. But unfortunately, my son took the punch on it. He's expelled with immediate effect. A 9-year-old that is in grade 3.
Is it a public school?
It's a private school.
It's a private school. I'm hoping that you'll take it up and also inform the Department of Education. They can't just do that. You do know, even if it's a private school, ne? Do inform the Department of Education, please.
I am looking for the help.
Even if it's a private school, the department has jurisdiction over all schools, private or not. All the best, Gamul. Please keep us informed as to what happened. Gamin Joburg. Kustas, you are in Midrand. Hey, welcome.
Hey, Thabo. You're not going to get as many calls as we call for Brian Mokhotsi. When you talk about parenting, it hits closer to home. You see.
Yes. Now we have to put a mirror in front of ourselves, and we don't like what we see.
We don't like what we hear, what we see. Anyway, here's my parting shot, Thabo, without wasting much of your time. Look, I think I sympathize with parents really when it comes to managing their kids. I also do believe that we've got loose laws. Some things the schools are unable to deal with this matter. And I think we must just acknowledge that. But then again, the Department of Education has a responsibility to say to it that at the beginning of the year, there ought to be a strict code every child gets to know. If you bully another child, this was going to happen to you. This thing of protecting bullies is not helping, because it's true. Parents then teach their kids to retaliate, which that's what I also did when I Thabo. That's what I did. My son sorted up the mess, and I was happy. He saw that the school called me. I said, It was this day, this kid is like this, and my son was happy. Afterwards, he didn't ever got bullied. I'm not suggesting that the parents don't, their kids those things, but I'm suggesting that we as parents, we cannot then watch when our kids are being mistreated this way when the school doesn't do much. So we have to empower them. And now you're right, Thabo. You empower them and then they go overboard.
Exactly.
But which one is which then?
You know, as a parent as well, I would want my child to be able to defend themselves if they're attacked, just to be honest. And true. Also, we can't, you're right. That's very unpopular to say, but we can't just sit back and watch our kids becoming victims, crying, wanting to kill themselves simply because you as a parent, you don't want to take responsibility and tell your child to stop bullying other kids. We can't just sit back and allow that to happen, because we've got responsibility over our kids as well, and we need to make sure that they're protected and they're safe. So at times people will take action, and it may not be as kosher as we'd want it to be. But it starts at home, Kustas. Tell your kids, stop bullying other kids, or else there's going to be a problem.
That's true. But however, Thabo, parents don't know these little terrorists.
Yes.
That's what this behavior. I can tell you,
these ninjas are horrible.
They are good kids. Outside of that is something else. But thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, Kustas. Always great talking to you. Lintikile, you've been holding for some time. I really appreciate it.
I'm Ramashao. You know what?
parents play a big role in children bullying at schools. This year, I'm in the school governing body and I'm heading the discipline department. And when parents are called for a discipline in a school, parents already come ready to fight the lawyers and fight the SGB and the teachers. Instead of seeing parents, the SGB and the lawyers in the room as working together to help the child.
Yes.
Parents don't take it that way. And most of the time they will demand the videos. Yes, they do. Because they've got an agenda. They don't trust what the teacher is saying when the teacher says, this boy or this girl has done 1, 2, 3. So as parents, we must work with teachers and SGB members to shape the life. These are young people. We need to shape them together. But I also have to say, Thabo, there are parents who come in, and you can see by the entrance, by the door, when they enter with their children, that this parent is going to work with us. And most of the time, Thabo, it's always pleasure to work with those people. And after that, when they've left the room, now we are battling what discipline should we give this child. Because the parent was so nice. The parent was working with us. The parent was there. And so the discipline will say, guys, let's not be harsh. Let's help the father to help the child.
Lintikile, let's leave it at that. It's 11 minutes to 10 o'clock.
For more about 702,
Go to primemediaplus.com.
Back with you again. I'll take your calls. Rakwen, I see your calls. Bonnie, you've been holding for some time. Very quickly. Good morning. My grandson is first year at varsity. He's got anxiety and low self-esteem at his school private. There was a group of 5 boys who bullied other kids. We had to change him from that school. Good morning, Thabo. I grew up in the 80s, 90s. Bullying was rife even back then. The only difference is that there was corporal punishment at the time. Morning. Thank you for continuing this discussion. As a clinical psychologist working in a public hospital, I witnessed a devastating, preventable toll of youth bullying every year through the sheer volume of suicide attempts and para-suicides we treat. Bullying is not a minor issue. It is abuse, and abuse has legal ramifications. When we minimize or dismiss the actions of bullies, we are actively enabling and reinforcing their behavior. We teach them that they can act without consequences. It goes on for a little bit longer. And let's go straight to your calls. 011-883-0702. Rakwena, Pretoria North, you've been holding the longest. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Morning, Thabo. Yeah, I wanted to contribute a few things here. This bullying, from my own viewpoint, is that we have got 2 issues here. You have got internal bullying at schools and external influence from outside. I'll start with the external influence from outside. You have got role models who are very bad, who support students at schools, who even provide resources for them. If you can look at the type of dress that the children have, school children have, phones, watches, and so on. And the other boys at school who have got weapons that they get from these external influence from criminals and so on, with drugs and so on. That's a very, and the other ones that have children, I mean, they will sleep with these young girls at schools, blessers and so on and so forth. That's another sector that is there when you talk about bullying. When you ask your child to defend himself or herself, these other ones are going to report to those ones outside to say, well, we've got this one who's doing that. Then after school, they wait for that and they influence the whole thing. And inside the school, you have another sector now that is a problem. Some of the teachers are not morally upright,
Yes.
They will be sleeping with children and so on, and they'll be allowing all these things to happen. And you find in a school, some kids get pregnant from
teachers.
From teachers. And then at the same time, you have other teachers who are now quite willing to work, but they are scared. Their cars are being banned or attacked and so on. And now they have to watch the show going on, and then there's nothing they can do. And now,
Rakwena, 100% right, 100% right. Bonnie, you are in Florida. You've been holding for some time. Thanks for your patience, Bonnie.
Thank you very much for taking my call. My grandson
He's 12 years old, and he's been bullied for 3 years already. We've gone to the school on numerous occasions. We've emailed. We've spoken to the teachers. We've did about everything. There's apparently a group in grade 6. Please explain this to me. In grade 6, there's a gang at the school that's threatening the children and stabbing the kids with a scissor. 2 days ago, we went back to the school again. We spoke to the principal. We spoke to the HOD. We spoke to the teachers. We spoke to even the teachers are bullying the children. How we in this world have you heard about grade 6s walking around with scissors, keeping the children down that they want to stab and threaten to kill them if they go to the teachers or if they go to the parents?
Which school is this, Bonnie?
Can I mention the school?
Yeah, which school is it? Yeah.
Discovery Primary School.
I know that school very well.
Yes, Mr. Peters is the principal. We went, we had a meeting there. I said to him, how sure are you that you can actually guarantee my grandson's safety? This child has not been going to school. He's scared to go to school. They're writing exams. The bully still comes to school. What happens in grade 6s? Pulling someone down and literally wanting to stab them with the scissors.
Yeah, this
How
is a school
sick
in the
is this
West
world?
End, right? On the other side of
Correct.
Florida, off Goldman Street. Not Goldman, but on Deckers, the other side of...
Correct,
Yes.
Thabo, correct.
Yeah.
And you know what? If he's not being bullied by pupils, he's being bullied by the teachers. If he greets the one teacher, the teacher says, don't greet me, your mother will come to school to come and lay a case
But
against me.
now the
This child
teachers are
has been having-
participating in all of this now.
Absolutely.
No, and I'm happy for you to mention the name of the school, because the trouble that comes with mentioning it is nothing compared to putting them on the spotlight and making sure that they know that we know about their deeds and they must clean up their act. They must clean up their act. We are just too politically correct trying to cover up legalese over protecting lives.
And you know what? Don't tell me about the protocol. Protocol has to be followed. I said, are you going to only follow protocol when my grandson is laying dead on your ground?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say? You need to follow protocol now.
Well, they must come on board and share with us if they are refuting any of that. Bonnie, thanks for your time. I wish you the best.
Thank
Please
you very much for taking my call.
Yeah, knock on the
Because I
door of the
said to-
department as well, hey? What is it, D12 in Florida? You
Yes.
must go to them and bother them there. Near that upside building, you must go to them and bother them.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Because I told I told them we're going to go to 702, we're going to go to the police station. He says, ma'am, that's your prerogative.
Oh, well.
That's
Yeah,
the
you
attitude
must
that they
bother
have.
them. Yeah, please do that, Bonnie. And if it's not working out, let me know. I'm happy to bother the department on your behalf. Keep well.
Thank you
Keep
very
well.
much.
Bonnie in Florida. Just very quickly, Abel, if you'd allow me to take one or two text messages that we got. In most cases, the SMS that came through on 072702 says, in most cases, parents are not even aware that their child is a bully. At home, the child is obedient, but at school, the child is a monster. That's why parents are defensive of their kids. Thank you, Thabo. No need to apologize. I always used to tell my daughter when she was younger that I will always protect her, especially from bullies. But should I hear that she is a bully, she will have me to deal with. I think it's time that we address this issue, and especially with parents of bullies. Coming from Keho in Pretoria, 9:50.